This video is literally just going to be all about weight loss tips. All right, let's fix this. It's going to be all about weight loss tips that I've used over the years of trying to lose weight and to keep the weight off me. So first of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sam. On this channel, I talk all about fitness, philosophy, and just trying to guide young men on this journey of self-improvement. And if this sounds interesting to you at all, then feel free to subscribe and join our movement. So first one off the bat is not tracking your calories. If you're not tracking your calories, then you're basically being lost. So you're just kind of like trying to fit this kind of range of like, oh, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to fit through this macro. Dude, if you're not tracking how many calories you're eating, then it doesn't matter how much you're going to be going to the fucking gym, going on runs. This is not going to matter. You need to start actually tracking what is going inside of your body. Are actually lost with like how many calories should I eat. Literally look up calorie calculator. So for instance, I'm gonna put in my stats here for you guys. I already have everything in here. Do calculate, and then this is gonna show you how many calories you have to eat to lose a certain amount of weight in a day. So for instance, if I was trying to lose 1 pound fat, which I would recommend you guys start off with these two, either half a pound or 1 pound a week. I'd say 1 pound a week is probably the right amount to do, and you're going to get this, use an app, use some sort of app, or it's hard to like sit down and like count everything, so literally just find an app. You can use MyFitnessPal, Noom, whatever you guys want that actually works for you. Plug this in, plug this calorie number in, and then you're going to be eating this amount of calories a day. And inversely, if you're trying to actually gain back weight, it can also show you right here. Obviously, it'll show you how to actually like how many calories you have to eat for to actually gain muscle and actually gain more to gain more weight. Second one on here is not eating quality food. So this should be a big one. So you could be somebody who is, maybe you're eating below your calorie maintenance, like I just showed you. You're eating below and you're in a calorie deficit, but you're still tired all the time. You're not building any sort of muscle. Because I mean, let's be honest here. You're probably not just on this journey because you want to lose fat. You probably want to put on some muscle, don't you too? Like, let's be completely honest here. You don't just want to be some scrawny little guy, do you? And so do not eat like lots of sugary foods or foods that, oh, if it fits in my macros, like don't be these people who would just like they'll eat a bunch of garbage. But because it fits in their macros, it's fine. It's fine to eat this food. We're not trying to do this. We're trying to fuel our body. Because what do I always tell you guys is that food is fuel. It is not pleasure. You have to be eating these foods to actually fuel your body for these workouts, to actually have energy to be able to go do some things. So instead of eating these like really pre-packaged meals, start making your own foods. Start eating like whole foods. Start eating more meat. Start eating more vegetables. Start eating more fruits, nuts. Start eating these things that are actually going to fuel your body and give you stuff. If you are not eating quality food, your body is not going to be able to metabolize this food that you like. Okay, here's the thing. Whenever you're eating whole foods, whenever you're sticking to a diet that's mainly consisting of whole foods, your body's going to be able to actually burn more calories, which in turn is going to help you look better. Isn't that crazy? Let's think about that here. Is that eating better food, eating better quality food, food that is closer to one ingredient, is going to be the thing that's really going to push you forward. I don't want you to sit here and believe, oh, if it fits in my macros, then technically, yes, technically it will, but you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel awful because you're not giving your body what it needs, the nutrients it needs. You're going to look terrible, to be honest with you, if you just simply go eat. Actually give your body the nutrients that it actually needs. If you don't know the right foods, then I made a video. You can click on it right here. A video talking about all the quality foods that you should be eating. We're talking about quality foods. We're actually going to be talking about protein. If you're not eating enough protein, bro, you're really giving yourself out on so many possible benefits of protein. So we know protein as this building block for building muscle, of course. This building block that everybody always talks about, protein this, protein that. Let me tell you is that if you're not eating if you're not eating enough protein, then you're simply giving out on a lot of the benefits, such as actually being able to burn more calories. Eating more protein is going to help you burn more calories. And also at the same time, eating more protein is, like I said, we're trying to build more muscle. We don't just want to be those scrawny guys. Because I mean, it's one thing to lose weight, but it's another thing to put muscle over that weight. And protein is going to be this building block. It's going to be your secret ingredient that's actually going to help you to actually build muscle, increase your testosterone, which is going to be helpful for actually lowering your body fat. So if you don't know exactly how much protein you should be eating, or if you don't know, then I would recommend looking at your body fat and then multiplying. Roughly, people say eating eating 1 pound per body, eating 1 gram per pound of body weight. You can do this if you want. I did it. I still do it at this point. But really, I'd like to do it more so. Technically, the scientific number for building muscle is 0.8, but it it doesn't really matter. I would eat 10 I would eat 10 above or 10 below of how much you weigh. That's the way I like to do it. Is look at how much you weigh, eat anywhere but 10 above that or 10 below that, and then you're generally you're going to help it's going to help you out building muscle. So not only is protein good for actually burning more calories, but actually eating protein rich foods is actually going to help you out to feel more satiating. So what does this mean? So satiating, obviously, as you know, you could be eating. Okay, let's imagine it like this: drinking a can of soda is about what, 130 calories. That's about 2 eggs. Now, obviously, you drink that can of soda, you don't really feel full or any satiating at all. But you eat 2 eggs, and you probably feel a little full. It kind of like fills in a little space for you. Protein is more satiating. It's going to sit on your stomach longer and actually keep you fuller for longer. So this is going to actually help you out, so you eat less calories than you're gonna eat less calories than before, because right now maybe you're eating a lot of really sugary foods, you're eating a lot of foods that are not protein bars. Start eating more meats. Start eating high quality protein. Make sure that the protein that you're getting is not just protein, but also complete protein. It's really easy. You just look up, is this complete protein? Like, but generally speaking, your complete proteins is going to be your meats, your fish. This is going to be like your protein bars, your dairy. These are complete proteins. Like I said, it's going to be so helpful, because whenever I was first starting on this weight on the whole weightlifting journey, there was always this problem that, like, I was always so hungry. And whenever I actually just started to eat more protein, this is actually whenever I started to actually make so much more progress, not only in my gains, but also with the fact that I didn't need to eat nearly as much as before, because I used to just eat like the Debbie cakes. I used to eat like really sugary foods, foods that are really processed, these really fatty foods, and they weren't giving me the nutrients that I need. So this is a big one. Eat more protein. So not training near failure. So this is literally what it sounds like. You're going to the gym. Maybe you're just now recently starting, so this is fine. And you're not training to failure. You're not training closer to failure. You're just training like to whenever like you feels a little uncomfortable. We don't train until we're uncomfortable. We train until we're done. You want to build this mentality in your mind. If you want to look like that one guy that you see on social media, or you want to look like these supermodels, this doesn't just come from like simply like stopping when it feels uncomfortable. This is stopping whenever you cannot. Now, right now, you're somebody who's probably just recently training, so it's really difficult to get near this. I highly recommend starting to do cluster sets. Cluster sets is about helping you get near that failure mark. We don't we don't necessarily have to take every single set to failure, but our goal is to have one set for every exercise where we have like a couple reps in it in reserve. Yet we're really getting close to that failure. So let's imagine we're on a bench press. Maybe you're doing three sets of, I don't know, 10. First of all, like fuck the rep range. It doesn't matter. You want to actually try to make an attempt to, for your last set, you're gonna try to take that to failure. You're gonna say fuck the rep range. I'm gonna just keep lifting until I cannot anymore. This is what we need to start doing. If you want to actually foster the growth, you have to convince your body that it needs to grow, because this training, this is for actually stimulating growth. It's just stimulating growth. It's not making the actual growth. It's stimulating it. It's encouraging the muscle. Hey, we need to grow because we're putting a lot of this stress on our bodies. So this is something that actually really helped me out a lot. You guys should definitely start doing this. Whenever you're actually like going, whenever you eat like a big meal or you eat a cheap meal, or you're just like I said, it's really like I like to do this after big meals, is just walking, going on a short walk. So for an instance for this is during my sophomore, mostly my junior year, when I was trying to like lose weight, what I did was after my lunch, like, cause I normally, I'm somebody who eats my lunch fairly quickly, and I would just go walk around my school. I would just go start walking around my school. You don't have to do this, obviously. This doesn't make it, this could be your work, or it could be if you're during your break, but just go on a walk. And like whenever I got a part-time job, and whenever I got my break, it's 30 minutes. I'd finish my food and then I just start walking I start walking around like this, start walking around the restaurant, and my coworkers are like, what are you doing? It's just, it's a different mentality to have. I mean, even just a 15-20 minute walk. I mean, let's add this up. That's about you're burning about 50 to 100 calories. 15-20 minute walk. You may be thinking, oh, well, that's nothing. Dude, let's do that times seven. That's 350 to that's 350 to 700 calories that you're potentially burning additionally upon all this other training that you're doing. This is something that I highly recommend from you. I got it from Tanner Shuck. It's a really great tip. Start walking after just big meals, or if after your cheat meal even. Just go on walks, short walks. It doesn't need to be too long, just a 15-20 minute walk. So this is going to be really short. Drink enough water. Drink roughly about a gallon of water. For most of you guys, it's going to be a gallon of water. Just drink water. It's going to help flush out the toxins. It's going to help actually burn more calories. It's actually going to help with your brain fog. You're going to be going to the gym, having more energy, being more energized. Water is really good for you. Obviously, just drink more water. Drink a gallon of water. Make sure that you're actually staying consistent with it. And while you're training, you make sure you're drinking a shit ton of water. So this is really important, guys. Whenever you're thinking about drinking like that soda, let's think about it. That's 130 calories. You could have eaten 2 eggs and gotten 12 grams of protein while also a bunch of other micronutrients. Let's think about it. You want to make sure that most of your calories is stuff that you can actually eat rather than stuff you can drink. Because let's be honest, it's so much easier to drink your calories. Let's think about our juice, our milk, our sodas. It's so much easier to actually drink your calories. I think that you want to try to lose weight. You'll notice that whenever you're that a lot of these calories kind of sneak in. Like, you're like, oh, well, I'll have a soda a day. That's another 130 calories, bro. That's a lot of calories. And on top of that, the sugars, you're not getting any nutrients. You want to be more mindful about your calories. Make sure that when you're eating most of your calories so you can actually stay fuller for longer. And then you notice that you don't need to eat as much calories as you thought you needed to. So I'm not saying don't get calories from drinking stuff. Try to avoid getting most of your calories from this. So like if you're drinking milk or like some juice and stuff, then okay, that's fine. But make sure that most of your food most of the calories that you're consuming is actually from eating something that's actually going to give you lots of nutrients. That's actually going to make you stay satiated. That's going to make you stay fuller for longer. Progressive overload. This is really self-explanatory. You're going to the gym. Make sure that you're actually pushing. You're actually pushing. Maybe instead of you doing 5 reps for the bench press for 100 pounds, you're going to go in there. You're going to do 7, or maybe you're even going to go in there and you're going to go do 110. As simple as that. Keep progressively overloading. This could be your weight. This could be running maybe, I don't know, a kilometer more than you did before. It does not matter. Just try to progressively overload, because this is going to actually make you progress. This is going to make more progress. The more you put in, the more you get out. Important. Do not lay down in your bed all day, bro. You know those days whenever like you already hit the gym and maybe you went on a walk and you did all this, and then you just feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe I deserve to lay down. No, you fucking don't, bro. You have so much opportunity to just move around. Literally just go on a walk, or do what I used to do is I learned this from David Goggins, is actually whenever you're going in and out of a room, he calls it ins and outs, where basically you just do like some push-ups. I mean, for you, maybe if you can't exactly do push-ups right now, maybe you try to do body squats, or maybe a pull-up, or some sort of movement, jump even. It doesn't matter. Try to do some sort of movement. So make it an effort. This can be your actionable step right now. Is whenever you're going in and out of a room, do like a body squat or do a push-up. Because you may be thinking, okay, well, it can't be burning any sort of calories. Dude, don't listen to your fucking mind. It adds up over time. It really does. There's so many people who all they do is just push-ups and then sit-ups and then pull-ups, and they look fantastic, bro. So whenever you're going in and out of the room, like, just find something to do. So find some reason to move around. And then this isn't even for fitness, bro. This is like, just get up and go do something, bro. Like, there's a lot of time that you're wasting that you could be doing on something else. So don't waste your time that you have, bro. You're running out of time. Stop having this mentality that like, I just have nothing to do. Go find something to do, bro. Go out on a walk. Go hang out with family. Go do something. So final one is getting enough sleep. This is also another like no duh one, is if you're not getting enough sleep, bro. Like, sleeping is important for so many reasons. It's important for your testosterone, which you talk about is really good for losing fat. It's good for HGH, like actually releasing HGH, which is actually going to help you out with fat loss and building muscle as well, and your metabolism. And then another thing is actually You burn a lot of calories while you sleep, bro. Like I know you're thinking, okay, well, how do we do that? You're burning tons of calories while you sleep. So the more you sleep, quite frankly, the more calories you're actually going to burn. And you're actually going to give your body the rest that it needs. Now, I would focus more so on the quality of your sleep rather than the quantity. I know a lot of us, like, it's always the advice, like, get 7 to 9 hours a night. Realistically, right now, if you're struggling with your sleep right now, really the best thing for you is to try to get quality sleep. Try not to go to bed too Try not to go to bed with your phone too quickly. Like don't like have like an hour where maybe you read instead, or you're going to be working a lot in the day. So try to like tire your brain. So the things that actually helped my sleep out quite a bit was making sure that my room is dark, because a lot of the times like we have like all these lights and stuff, even like the smallest little bit of light, your brain doesn't register that it's nighttime when there's a lot of lights around you. So make sure your room is dark. Make sure your mind actually understands like, okay, it's nighttime. And then it's going to release the natural melatonin, not those gummies you take, not those pills, natural melatonin. Make sure that you're also, I don't know if I've spoken about this, but make sure that whenever you're like throughout the day, you make it a habit to actually do the things you said you were going to do. Now, listen here. I'm not here to scold you, but I'm here to educate you. Your mind has these loops. I learned this from Carl Ram. Is your mind has these loops that it tries to complete in a day. This is the things that you said you were going to do, the things that you thought about in your mind. And whenever you go to bed and you just didn't do those things, your brain's still trying to close those loops. So whenever you're going to bed and like you're overthinking and you feel like it's hard to go to sleep, it's because your brain is still in work mode. It's still in that mode where it thinks that it's still trying to complete those rings. You need to actually do the things you're going to do. So going to the gym, going on that walk, going to go talk to that one person, doing your work, it's going to help out your sleep a lot, bro. Like, and don't eat too close to bed. Obviously, just like these basic things. Just try to make it an effort to actually get quality sleep. Get sleep that you actually feel refreshed, you actually feel nourished from it, because that's what sleep is about. That's the end of the video. As always, if you guys have any questions, just leave it down below. That's all I have for you boys.